Hello and welcome to another Staff Bikes, where today we're joined by Aaron, editor of road.cc. Apart from this isn't a mountain bike, this is his TT bike. He's going to tell us all about it.
Yeah, Jamie, it's not a mountain bike. It's a 2019 Cannondale Superslice disc. Got the bike in 2021, built it up by myself. It was just a frame set at the time. Only recently started doing time trials the last 2 years, and I really wanted a bike that was fast, a bike that fitted me, and something that I could customize and tweak.
I've got to say, it is a pretty cool paint job as well.
It looks good. It looks good. It's not to the liking of many people. That don't like these garish, in-your-face color schemes, but I've always liked my bright colors.
What bars are these? Because they're pretty cool looking.
Yeah, so when I got the bike, as I said, it was just a frame set. I didn't have anything bar the seat post and the Pro logo saddle, which I've kind of kept stock. It's comfortable, it works really well. But I managed to source a Vision Metron TFA cockpit, really nice and customizable, fits the Superslice front end perfectly. I originally got it with S-bend bars, which had a slightly more of a straight kind of drop, but then decided to upgrade to the J-bend bars, which kind of closed the gap between my face and the extensions, which I really liked. I might change that going forward, but right now it's kind of proving to work quite well.
So you one of these TTers that go along like this or like this?
When I first started, it was pretty much like that. I didn't have a problem with it, but there's been a lot of talk and rhetoric around bringing your hands closer to your face, reducing that frontal area, and having something to focus on just to keep your back straighter. So for me, what's nice about the TFA bar, there's a bit of adjustability. I've maxed out the angle of tilt, which is currently sitting at 15 degrees, and I think it looks pretty cool.
It's not UCI legal though, is it?
It's not UCI legal. It was at the start, but it's not now, and in the UK you don't have to have a UCI legal bike with cycling time trials.
And then we've got some mounts on here as well. I see you got a front light. Is that now mandatory in TT races?
TT races now going forward, I think it was instituted in 2022, you had to have a front light and a rear light. What's cool about this is that it's a removable bridge that you can put on the two extension poles, and the light, it's a nog, fits around it perfectly, and there's a Bontrager Flare RT at the rear, really nice and bright, and that's just taped around.
That is just taped on.
It's just taped on. It's probably, it does bother me. It's something I want to change, maybe get some kind of 3D printed bracket, but that's something that I can do down the line.
And then for you, is it a Garmin mount?
Yeah.
It's a Project 76.
Yes, with time trialing and the different cockpits and extension poles, you have to find something that matches your setup. I've tried many things. I've used various different cycling computers, and the only thing that managed to fit was the Project 76, and it paired perfectly with my Garmin Edge 520. I know it's a little outdated, it's quite an old computer, but it does the job for 10-mile TTs.
And do you mind letting us into the secret of what you have on your Garmin when you're doing a TT?
Okay, so my screens on my Garmin are a little different to the other disciplines I race, which is road racing, gravel, and a bit of cross-country mountain biking. The main focus for me on my screens is speed and time. So elapsed time, average speed, very important to me, because by looking at those two and monitoring those two while I'm in the aero position, I can kind of have a gauge on what time I'm going to do.
In the very few TTs that I've done, I look at my power and just see it getting gradually lower and lower, and that's quite depressing. So I might get rid of it on my screen after you've said that. Right then, these wheels, disc wheels, they're just cool, aren't they? And they sound good.
They really sound good. This particular setup has proven to be one of the fastest around. So it's the DT Swiss Arc 1100 series. Got an 80mm on the front and a solid disc at the rear. Really nice 180 die cut rear hub. Ceramic bearings all around, 36 tooth ratchet at the rear. I've tried many different tire combinations to see what works best. For me, the Schwalbe Pro 1 TTs are quite resilient. They're really fast. They set up tubeless. They give me the ability to drop my tire pressures. Where I do my TTs in the Hampshire, Surrey region, the roads are quite coarse, quite abrasive. and quite jarring. So if you do pump them up really, really hard, that you would do on something like a Vittoria Corsa Speed, you are going to feel it. And at high speed, you can feel quite unsettled.
Okay, so I've had a quick look around, and it's a bit of a mixed match of components, isn't it? So you've got Ultegra rear mech, Dura-Ace shifters, they're the XTR M900 brake discs. So where have all these parts come from?
So I've got as a cycling journalist, we do accumulate a lot of parts over time, and my main thing was, instead of just stockpiling everything, I wanted to see what I could get out of the parts I had. So the only thing I had to purchase were these brake levers with integrated shift buttons, which are Dura-Ace. Everything else came from my own parts bin. So Ultegra calipers, front rear. Got the XTR rotors, 140mm front rear. I'm a lighter rider. I don't need the 160 front or 140 or 160, 160. It works quite well for me.
And obviously there's a few components like the brake calipers and this saddle. They're not the lightest, but I guess in a time trial, weight just isn't the priority.
Yeah, weight isn't a factor unless you're going to go on a yearly circuit. And if you are going to do one of those, you're going to go on a fast road bike, an aero road bike. So for me, it doesn't really... it isn't a problem for me. I did look at possibly fitting a lighter saddle with carbon rails, but it's really hard to source a bracket mounting system that can accommodate it.
Okay, yeah. And what distance of TTs do you do, mainly?
I mainly do 10 mile. I like the 10 mile effort because it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm really good over 20 minutes, and I know I can go full gas for that. I've done several 25 miles, not really fast on that distance. I've done about 52 minutes is my fastest. Goal of mine is to go under 50 on the 25 mile, but I don't do too many of them, and that's probably my downfall on that distance.
I can't think of anything worse than try and hold an aero position for that long.
It's torture. It does hurt my rear end.
If you are to do the longer ones though, you might want a bit more fluids on board.
Yes, I mean I don't usually use this bottle setup with this Delete Chrono sort of bottle. Looked cool. Used it once for a 25 mile, but I usually take it off because the setup is faster without it. What many of the riders do is they fit a hydration bladder in their front. And they thread the hose through the sleeve, and they have it sitting by the hands. So if they need to drink, they can just kind of go towards their hand. That's possibly an option I'm going to do down the line. But
a few other things I've noticed. This junction box is on the end of that bar.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen one like that before.
Yes, this is something I saw on a Cannondale Superslice. When I first got the bike, there was no mounting options for the junction box. You could cable tie it to the back of the saddle, or I could package it within the headset, but that would mean unscrewing this all the time and having to charge it.
Yeah, that would be a pain.
Or having something flapping around at the back. So I managed to get this junction box. It fits nicely in at the edge of the pole. The only downfall in doing it this way is that the two cables have to thread through this section here.
Yeah. Drivetrain, rotor cranks. Is that a power meter as well?
Yes. So what's nice about this crankset, it's the Rotor Inspider. It's a modular sort of crankset power meter which you can swap between bikes. Spends most of its time on the TT bike. It started life as a 2x setup. Realized that I wasn't using the small ring for obvious reasons. And then went the 1x setup. So upgraded it, changed the ring from a 52 to a 54. I did dabble with the 56. Didn't like the way it felt on my legs. Went back to the 54. Used the Aero Coach chain guide just to keep that chain in place. As I mentioned, rough tar surfaces can sometimes kick that off. And then that's paired with an Ultegra cassette at the back, 1128. Really nice range, keeps that chain line really nice and tight and aero.
And then pedals, Look Keo blades.
I'm a fan of the Look Keo blade carbons. It's on all my bikes. It's something I'm familiar with. It's easy to clip in. Ceramic bearings, and then also I did upgrade the standard alloy crank arms to the carbon Aldu, which is Alpe d'Huez apparently.
They look cool. Now, obviously, Aaron, the elephant in the room is that pulley wheel cage. That
Yes.
is a very expensive bit of kit to save marginal watts.
Marginal watts, maybe a second. Apparently 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, over a 10.
Over 40 or 50 kilometers, I think it is.
Okay.
If we half that, maybe 1 second. And at the time of fitting that, I'd never gone under 20 minutes for the 10.
Yeah.
I did a couple of 20.02s, 20.05. It's terrible, really hard to come to grips with that. But fitted that with the wheels, and I did in 1944. I'm not saying that's the reason. Don't go buy it just because of that, but it looks really, really cool. It just kind of completes the bike.
Oh, I haven't noticed the bolts as well.
Yeah, so...
Bit of oil slick.
Yeah, oil slick. It's
Man after my own heart.
from Better Bolts, which is an American company from California. And the complementary color to yellow is purple. So I thought it looked pretty cool.
Cool, well, I think that's just about everything on that one. If you want to check out more of our staff bikes, then there'll be a link coming up in a minute. And I'm not sure TTing's for me.
Look at this bike, Jamie.
It is a pretty bike, yeah. I do like the look of it.
I know you're going to get one.
I'm not convinced I'm going to get a TT bike. There's not really enough room in the garage. Got enough other bikes. But,
Sell them.
Maybe I'll find one on test and give some a go over the summer.
2-up TTs, yes.
I can't think of anything
do
worse.
it.
And there's not going to be much protection sitting behind you either, is there? If you like this video, then please give us a like, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and let us know down in the comment section below what you think of Aaron's TT bike. We'll see you next time.